Okay, so let me now discuss with you important schedule in Indian Constitution. I've already discussed with you that Indian Constitution is a very lengthy document and more than 400 articles. I mean 448 articles as of now, and 25 parts, 12 schedules, and more than 100 amendments. It's a lengthy document, and we need to understand not all articles we can memorize, not all schedule we should memorize, but we need to understand what are the most important, which are from exam perspective we should know that. So important schedule we are going to remember. There are 12 schedule, and there are some kind of tricks to memorize this 12 schedule. I found it on net. It was given some tricks which we have. Let's see how it goes. So as of now, I am already discussed this thing with you in the previous videos, that presently India has 448 articles which are divided into 25 parts and 12 schedules and more than 100 amendments, and which makes it world's lengthiest constitution, written constitution. At the time of commencement, there were 395 articles, and they were divided into 22 parts and 8 schedule at the time of commencement. Now, what are the important parts? What are the important schedule that we need to see? Can I discuss this thing now? See this particular diagram here carefully. There is some kind of trick to remember the 12th schedule of Indian Constitution. Tiers of old Prime Minister. Tiers of old Prime Minister. So every word here has a meaning. There are 12 alphabets. Tiers of old Prime Minister. There are 12 alphabets. T stands for territory. E stands for emolument, salary. A stands for affirmation. So you see, emolument को क्या बोलते हैं? इसको salary भी बोलते हैं. Emolument is called salary. Affirmation is also called as oath. This is also called oath. Oath लेना, that is affirmation. It is called oath. R Rajya Sabha. S schedule area. O other schedule area. ATMM, ATMM, Assam, maybe Tripura, Manipur, Mizoram, this name, we will see that. F, federal provisions, 3 list. There are 3 lists here, union list, state list, concurrent list. O, official languages. L, land reforms. D, anti-defection law, disqualification in case of defection. P, panchayat. M, municipalities. I found it good, to memorize 12 schedule. I found it good. Tiers of old Prime Minister. T, territories के बारे में बात करता है. E, emolument, salary के बारे में बात करता है. A, affirmation, oath की बात करता है. R, राज्यसभा में कैसे एंट्री मारना है. S, schedule area. O, other schedule area for ATMM states. F, federal provisions. So something like that, इसको याद करने की ट्राई करेंगे. Now, this is what 12 schedules are. Tiers of old Prime Minister. So, tiers of old PM. I think this is what we heard. T, territories of India and its states are mentioned in under Article 1. और जब मैंने Part 1 तुम्हें करवाया था, तो Union and its territory was Part 1. Union and its territories were Part 1. Schedule 1B, territories and its of India and states. Emolument and salaries किसकी? कुछ पब्लिक ऑफिशियल्स की. प्राइम मिनिस्टर की सैलरी, प्रेसिडेंट की सैलरी इतनी हो जाएगी. जब भी सैलरी चेंज होती है, नया पे कमीशन आता है, तो वो सैलरीज मेंशन करता है, तो वो यहां पे मेंशन होता है. अफर्मेशन एंड ओथ ऑफ ऑफिस. अफर्मेशन एंड ओथ, जब भी प्रेसिडेंट इज टू टेक द चार्ज ऑफ ऑफिस और प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज टू टेक, तो तुमने देखा होगा मिनिस्टर्स, प्राइम मिनिस्टर वगैरह ओथ लेते हैं, सेरेमनी होती है फॉर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ओबीडियंस और समथिंग लाइक दैट, सीक्रेसी ऑफ ऑफिस, ये कोई ओथ लेते हैं. वो ओथ का फॉर्मेट यहां पे मेंशन्ड है. शेड्यूल 3, यू नो व्हाट इज द शेड्यूल? इज नथिंग बट देयर अपेंडिक्स. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन खत्म होगा, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लास्ट में ये चीज लिखी है कि अगर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ओथ लेगा तो ये होगा, प्रेसिडेंट ओथ लेगा तो ये, चीफ जस्टिस ओथ लेंगे तो ये होगा, वो सारा मेंशन्ड है एंड में. दैट इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली शेड्यूल. तो शेड्यूल इज नथिंग बट सॉर्ट ऑफ अपेंडिक्स, जो आप बुक के एंड में लगाते हो, अटैच करते हो, डिटेल्स होता है उसके अंदर. उसके अंदर डाटा होता है, सारी स्टेट्स के नाम कहां लिखोगे, यहां लिख दो, समथिंग लाइक दैट। सारी लिस्ट कहां मेंशन करनी है, यहां मेंशन कर दो। आर राज्यसभा, राज्यसभा सीट एलोकेशन टू डिफरेंट स्टेट्स। एज यू नो, राज्यसभा में जो जितने भी नंबर ऑफ सीट्स हैं 245, दे सीट्स आर डिवाइडेड अमंग स्टेट्स एंड यूनियन टेरिटरी। सो हर स्टेट को कुछ नंबर ऑफ सीट्स मिली हुई हैं, वो सारा उसका डिटेल इज मेंशन अंडर शेड्यूल 4। शेड्यूल 5 mentions about schedule area and tribal areas, but not all the schedule area and tribal areas. AMTT, AMTT is mentioned under 6th schedule. Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram. That is mentioned ATMM, sorry, ATMM. So these 4 states are mentioned under Article 6. Sorry, Schedule 6. 7th schedule talks about 3 lists: union list, state list, concurrent list. So that means federal structure, that not parliament only will make the laws, state legislative assemblies will also make laws. So parliament will make the exclusive laws on a union list, subjects mentioned under union list. State legislative assembly can make laws on the subjects mentioned in state list. Both parliament and state legislative assemblies can make the laws on the subjects mentioned in concurrent list, but priority will be given to parliament. Priority will be given to parliament. And if some subject is not mentioned in union list, state list, concurrent list, then residuary powers are given. I will tell you to whom. That I will discuss later on. So 8th schedule, official language. 9th schedule, land reform and regulation. 9th शेड्यूल लैंड रिफॉर्म। लैंड रिफॉर्म, अगर गवर्नमेंट ने कोई लॉ बना दिया लैंड रिफॉर्म से रिलेटेड के ये सारी लैंड को गवर्नमेंट एक्वायर करना चाहती है, हाईवे बनना है, सो वो सारे लैंड रिफॉर्म 9th शेड्यूल। 10th शेड्यूल एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ। डिफेक्ट करना होता है छोड़ के चले जाना, पार्टीशन कर देना। अगर आप बीजेपी के एमएलए और बीजेपी छोड़ना चाहते हो तो आप ऐसे नहीं छोड़ सकते, क्योंकि आप बीजेपी के नाम पे इलेक्शन जीत के आए हो। You have won the election in the name of Indian National Congress and you cannot leave Congress like that. So if you do that, then presiding officer of house, maybe parliament or Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or legislative assemblies, आपको house से disqualify कर सकता है. That is called anti-defection law. 11th is Panchayati Raj and 12th is municipalities. This is all about 12th schedule and this is how you have to remember. Right? Okay, now let's go for these schedules in detail now. Names of states and their territories. First schedule, union territories. Second schedule, emolument, allowance, privileges. किस किस का? प्रेसिडेंट का सैलरी कितना होगा, अलाउंसेस कितना होगा, प्रिविलेजेस कितना होगा, घर मिलेगा, पर्क्स मिलेगा, टेलीफोन फ्री, बिजली फ्री, पानी फ्री, समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रिविलेजेस, emoluments, salaries, you know. President, governor, speaker, deputy speaker, chairman, deputy chairman, Rajya Sabha, speaker, deputy speaker, legislative assemblies, judges of Supreme Court, High Court, comptroller and auditor general. These all are called constitutional bodies. These all are called constitutional bodies. Third schedule mein there is oath and affirmation. As of now, I'm not talking about the articles because otherwise also I'm to come to important articles. There I'm going to talk about articles like article 148 is CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. So something like that I'm going to discuss later on. Third schedule is oath and affirmation. Third schedule is oath or affirmation. Kiski oath? Union minister. If some candidate wants to get elected to parliament, member of parliament, judges of Supreme Court, CAG, state ministers. So again, constitutional dignitaries or important offices, the offices which are important, unme oath and affirmation. Fourth amendment, how the seats in Rajya Sabha are divided into states and union territories. Fifth schedule, administration and control of scheduled area and scheduled tribes. Sixth schedule, administration and control of scheduled area and scheduled tribal areas of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. These 4 states. Seventh schedule, you know, now division of power between union and states. There is a union list, there is a state list, there is a concurrent list. How many subjects are there in union list? 100 subjects. How many subjects in state list? How many subjects in this number? You need to remember 16152. So there are 100 subjects on which parliament can make law. Union list, union subject. These all lists are mentioned in 7th schedule. So if you go to 7th schedule, you will see this list. सर यूनियन लिस्ट में कौन से सब्जेक्ट हैं जिन पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का राइट है, पार्लियामेंट कैन ओनली मेक लॉ, स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली नहीं. एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं? यस, डिफेंस, रेलवेज, कम्युनिकेशन. डिफेंस पे लॉ कौन बनाएगा? उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार या पार्लियामेंट. स्टेट सब्जेक्ट जिन पे स्टेट ही लॉ बनाएगी, जैसे पुलिस स्टेट सब्जेक्ट है, पुलिस, पंजाब पुलिस, सेंटर का कंट्रोल नहीं है, पंजाब गवर्नमेंट का कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. 52 एजुकेशन, एचआरडी मिनिस्ट्री, सेंटर में भी है, स्टेट में भी एजुकेशन है. तो कंकरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स दोनों ही बना सकते हैं, लेकिन ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी किसको मिलेगा? पार्लियामेंट को मिलेगा. 8th languages. You know how many languages we have which are recognized by constitution? Initially there were 14 languages recognized by, now there are 22 languages in which Hindi is also one of the languages. So now these languages are basically accepted by constitution. These are the languages which are recognized by constitution. Presently there are 22 languages which are accepted by constitution, right? So you can see when some language was added and all. Now what is 9th schedule? It is very important. This schedule was added, you know, at the time of commencement there were only 8 schedule. When the constitution came into force, there were 8 schedule. 9th schedule was the schedule which was added through First Amendment Act itself. First Amendment Act. When was it done? 1951 only itself. The First Amendment Act was when 9th schedule was put. What was this? You know, when we got independence, then there were so many jamindars which were having lot of land and so many people which were landless. So government wanted to take land from them and give to them, or maybe development के लिए land चाहिए. तो land right to property उस time पे fundamental right था 31. Later on it became legal right 300A. So government ने अगर कोई law बनाया and that law is under the scrutiny of judiciary, because whenever parliament will make a law, judicial review can be there. Suppose parliament ने कोई law बनाया and I go for petition in the judiciary, how can they take land from me? Judiciary will see in the constitution what is the provision and say no, you cannot take land. So parliament ने 9th schedule बनाया and then parliament said that whatever law we will put in this schedule, whatever law related to land reform we will put in this schedule, that will not be open to judicial review. Judiciary will not review it. So judiciary will go to the constitution, see, okay, this is 9th schedule, okay, it is written judicial review cannot be there, judicial scrutiny cannot be there. Judiciary say no, I cannot see that. Now that is not there. Now judiciary can see this also, because after so many years now judiciary started asking that why I should not see something, I should see everything. That was the time when we supported legislature, because obviously you were supposed to develop the country. I mean, you were to do land reforms. In 2007, Supreme Court ruled that anything which is kept in 9th schedule is also open to judicial review now. So there is no basically article, there is no schedule in which judicial review cannot be done. 10th schedule is disqualification in case of defection. And it was added through 52nd Amendment Act 1985. This is very important. 52nd Amendment Act 1985. It is called anti-defection law. So if you ask me, sir, which is the one schedule out of 12 which has been asked many times, most important, I'll say 10th schedule. It is related to what? Anti-defection law. When some member wants to defect from his political party. When was it introduced? By 52nd Amendment Act 1985 it was added. 11th schedule is about panchayat. Panchayat can make laws on these 29 subjects, and 12th schedule is related to municipalities. Municipality can make basically law on 18 subjects. How many subjects are there in panchayat? 29. Municipalities 18, on which they can make law. So 11th schedule, which is about panchayat, and 12th schedule, which is about municipalities, they were added through 73rd Amendment Act and 74th Amendment Act. And the article both for them is 243G. Let me tell you, these are very important. What is 11th and 12th schedule? Panchayat and municipalities. By which amendment they were introduced? Sir, 73rd and 74th Amendment Act 1992. What is the article related to Panchayat and municipality? 243G. How many subjects Panchayat can make law? 29. Municipalities 18. What is Panchayat and municipalities? Third tier of the legislature. सबसे ऊपर क्या आता है? पार्लियामेंट. सबसे ऊपर आ गया पार्लियामेंट. उसके बाद क्या आता है? स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज. स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज. उसके बाद क्या आता है? पंचायत एंड म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज. ग्रास रूट डेमोक्रेसी, पंचायत एंड म्यूनिसिपैलिटी. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? सर यहां पे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी, आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स विल रूल, एंड डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी. ग्राम सभा में वी कैन गो एंड वी कैन मेक लॉ फॉर अस. Direct democracy, representative democracy. Three tiers of democracies, I will say, in India. So I believe now this important schedule we have understood. Now let me discuss some important points here. Schedule 5 and 6 are related to tribal areas only. Only thing is 6 may only 4 states are mentioned. 7th schedule mention about union list, state list, concurrent list. Whenever something is mentioned in concurrent list, parliament gets priority. There are 22 official languages in 8th schedule. 9th schedule was added through very first Amendment Act 1951 and created to protect the laws from judicial review, but now it is open to judicial review. 10th schedule is anti-defection law and it was added through 52nd Amendment Act. 11th schedule is Panchayati Raj and it was created through 73rd Amendment Act. 12th schedule is municipalities and it was created through 74th Amendment Act. So Amendment Act is also important. How many Amendment Act you have seen? First Amendment Act, 42nd Amendment Act, mini constitution, 52nd Amendment Act, anti-defection related, 73rd Amendment Act, 74th Amendment Act, 44th Amendment Act also you have seen. So in every video, whatever you have seen, I will keep on jotting down and give you in detail later on. So I think these are the important basically schedule which we have discussed, and from my perspective I think you should remember all these schedules, and there's a very simple way to remember these schedules, how it is to be done. 12 schedules and what is the most. So what is the most important schedule? 10th schedule, anti-defection. Then 11th and 12th schedules. And then obviously this union list, 7th schedule, the list which are mentioned in that. And then 9th schedule, very first amendment, it was introduced. Just remember it. As always I say in all my lectures of polity, simple subjects, you can feel this subject, you can understand these subjects, but you need to make some kind of linkages. Thank you.